It's with heavy hearts that we start today's show honouring the late D Wayne Lukas. The coach sadly left us this past weekend late on Saturday there, in truly an icon in a game, Dave. A stopwatch in the left hand, a belief in the other, changed the way things were done at that ripe age. We're still getting it done. You look at the resume, it's going to be tough to ever topple.
Yeah, the horse racing industry is certainly mourning over the loss of D Wayne Lukas, but the impact that he made on so many people will live forever. That last shot that we saw him sitting in his chair, that was the stakes barn at Pimlico, where that was his happy place. He just loved to be there at Pimlico. The alibi breakfast was something that he always attended, and a lot of people would go and shake his hand and tell stories that will last forever now about those interactions when they got a chance to meet the legendary D Wayne Lukas.
A rock star of the game, truly a lasting legacy. You look at the resume: 15 Triple Crown wins, 7 Preakness, 4 Kentucky Derby champs. I mean, look at this. One of the very best to ever get it done. And it wasn't just about what we got done on race day. It's in the manner in which the coach went about getting things done.
And his barn would always be impeccable. He would always be impeccable, dressed in those nice suits. He just didn't miss a day. He always looked the part back there, late 80s, early 90s, when, by the way, that $300 million in earnings, $115 million of that came between 1985 and 1992. Those were really the glory years where he did stuff that nobody had ever done before in horse racing.
And Dave, the longevity that we saw from quarter horse racing to as recently as the last couple of months, truly unlike any other, but with so many great moments and memories of the late coach, D Wayne Lukas. What's going to be the one that stands tall for you?
Well, for me, on the thoroughbred side, it's going to be Charismatic, because this is a horse that won the 1999 Kentucky Derby. He couldn't win to start his career. He had to drop into a maiden claiming race to get his first win, and then he couldn't win after that. He dropped into another claiming race, and eventually he ended up hitting the board, or I think 4th in the Santa Anita Derby. And he goes on to win the Kentucky Derby at 31-1 with Chris Antley. And when you look at the horses that have won these Triple Crown races for D Wayne Lukas, they weren't favorites. Thunder Gulch won the Derby at 24-1. Commendable won the Belmont at 18-1. Oxbow won the Preakness at 15-1. And his most recent Triple Crown win, and Cease the Gray won the Preakness at close to 10-1. So it's not like he was this legendary figure that just had all these favorites winning these Triple Crown races. No, he would do it with upsets. And the biggest price of all of them was Charismatic at 31-1. And that was his most recent Kentucky Derby win. And I loved Charismatic. That was an unbelievable day.
Special horse. And fair to say that the coach, Wayne Lukas, he trained champions, but also mentored legends, names and figures that we're going to see going forward for the next 50 years in this great sport of racing. For me, Dave, top moment, I'm going to turn it back to as recently as last year. Cease the Gray, who captured the day in taking out the 7th win in the Preakness for Wayne Lukas. Now, this was a special performance, but it's a special kind of feat when not only are you chasing the top benchmark of the sport, but you have been setting the standard for 50 years. Not 5, not 10, not 15, not 20. 50 years was the coach D Wayne Lukas, the gold standard in this great sport.
Yeah, and he had won a Triple Crown race in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, but he hadn't won one since 2013 with Oxbow, and for him to do it again 11 years later, an amazing moment. And we're going to be remembering D Wayne throughout the day and probably throughout the week and for our entire lives. But a lot of people on X were posting their thoughts too, just flooded with emotion from the passing of D Wayne Lukas.
D Wayne Lukas, the coach, at 89 years young, gone but never forgotten.